Hi everyone, my name is Laura and here is my presentation and case study about Journey, a game built and designed for PlayStation 4. During my presentation I'll be covering three key questions. How do you play Journey? What is the narrative and story behind the game? And I'll also be presenting key points around whether or not this game works. So, Journey, how do you play it? Journey is a game built and manufactured for predominantly PlayStation 4, or specifically for the PlayStation Network. Logistically, the game utilises generic and intuitive control function whilst also incorporating a control tilt to control the camera. You can use the analog stick to control the direction and speed that your character moves, and various buttons on the gamepad, specifically the X and triangle, to input and control other character functions. Unlike with many other games, there's no tutorial, there's no background information, and no period of testing to try anything out before you begin. It's really all about intuitive exploration and figuring out the best way you can to help your character along the way, because honestly, that is what this game is really all about. There are many ways in which you can choose to play this game. You can simply rush through and keep walking, completing the journey to the top of the shining mountain, but I'll do more on this later, and smash out the objective in one relatively short sitting, which is just over an hour. Or you can fully immerse yourself in the experience and really play the game. Because Journey is so much more an exercise in mindfulness and testing out our ability to counterintuitively work against our innate desire for instant gratification than it is about reaching your final objective. As cliche as it sounds, it really is all about the journey. There's also another element to this game that is both surprising and strangely rewarding. If you decide to log into the PlayStation Network whilst completing this game, you can also be joined by another unnamed stranger. Unlike other co-gaming experiences online, there is no interpersonal communication apart from the way the characters communicate in the game world, through intermittent and beautiful music notes. The story. If you look at Journey from a purely narrative perspective, it's simple, yes, but engaging and beautiful and everything that it needs to be. You're a lone, unnamed and unidentifiable traveller. From the moment you start playing, you are introduced to a sort of magical source of light on top of a mountain, just above the horizon and most importantly, just out of reach. There's just something about the mission and the quest and the anonymity of the character which draws you in straight away, and on a subconscious level it makes you emotionally commit to the game and albeit the fictional task at hand. You travel through time, space and seasons in what seems like an eternity in your quest to reach the mountain. As well as simply going about the journey itself, there are also items you can pick up and collect along the way, which not only help you complete your quest, but they also help you mark progress, and instantaneously you can see your progression along the way. I won't spoil the end goal or results or the conclusion because I guess it's not really about that. Again, the journey, you know? So, does it work? The short answer is yes, it most definitely does. But why? Keeping in mind that it's 2019 and the gaming industry in itself is presenting and creating not just games anymore, but complex and intricate worlds that play and look a lot more like movies than the games we've been used to. So why then does Journey, a game whereby no identifying or relatable character markers exist, work so well? Theoretically, and from a narrative standpoint, we shouldn't care about this character. We don't know enough about them to identify and connect with them, but intuitively, and as if by accident, we find ourselves immersed in the story. It's beautiful and amazing, and most definitely worth every single minute of gameplay. In the case of Journey, it really is the unknown parts of the narrative that make this game so enjoyable. We don't know enough about the character, so really the character could be anyone or anything. There's no dialogue, but this adds a beautiful element of curiosity as you move through the game. It is most definitely worth mentioning as well that this game really is a beautiful production. The developers have played with light, sound, and elements to create this all-encompassing world, one that is beautiful, mysterious, and full of possibility.